In this module, decimal place value, you're asked to basically break a number up into its parts. And to be able to do this, you just need to know the names of all of the columns. Now, you're used to looking at large numbers and knowing what each part means. These are units or ones. This column is called the tens column, and these are the hundreds. And going on this way, if we had numbers here, they'd be in the thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s. Well, as we go this way, on this side of the decimal point, each column gets progressively smaller, and every column is 10 times smaller than the one that comes before it. Now, just as we have tens here, and hundreds here, this column is called the tenths. These are hundredths. And you guessed it, these ones are thousandths. So you can see a pattern here. Apart from the fact that these little guys here are units, or ones, and there's no units on the other side, once we're from here on out, going from tens to hundreds, etc., we have tenths, same word, but just with a th on the end, and hundredths and thousandths. So it makes sense that if you know the names of the columns going this way, you'll know them going this way as well, and you just have to whack a th on the end. These ones will be 10 thousandths, and so on, 100 thousandths. Now, when it comes to seeing how big these things are and converting them to fractions, the easy thing is that here we've got 7 in the tenths column. That means we've got 7 tenths. So if you come to write this as a fraction, it's 7 tenths, and that's how you write 7 tenths. To write 3 hundredths, we have 3 hundredths. And it's nice and easy because that word hundred is exactly what we've got in the denominator of the fraction. So in this module, it asks you to break a number up into parts. This 2 doesn't just mean 2, it means 200. So we have 200 here. We don't have any tens, so we'll leave those, but we have 1 unit, and 1 unit is just 1. So we've got about 201, a little bit more. How much more? Well, let's be exact. Here we've got 7 tenths, 3 hundredths, 4 thousandths, 1 10,000th, and 8 100,000ths. Fairly straightforward. Now, once you know how to do that, you can break any number up into its parts, and each of those parts could look like a fraction or a decimal. We need to also be able to go the other way, so that if we have a number and we know the parts, we can see what that whole number would be called if we put it all together. So let me give you an example. If I have 3,000, and I also have 200, and I have 70, and I have 6, and I have 1/10, and 3 thousandths, and 4 10,000ths, I can write that number down much more simply. I could put a 3 in the thousands column, a 2 in the hundreds column, a 7 in the tens column, a 6 in the units column, and now I've got a decimal point because all of these are little guys, they just go this side of the decimal point. So I have 1 in the tenths column. Now, there's a bit of a trick here. I haven't got any hundredths. So that means I actually have 0 hundredths, and I need that placeholder in there in the hundredths column. I've got 3 thousandths and 4 10,000ths. So knowing the names of these columns and realising that those names line up with what number is on the bottom of a fraction really helps you a lot in this module.